Last week, as we all know, the U.S. Department of Justice came out and said that the U.S. Treasury Department has to release Donald Trump's tax returns to the Democratic-controlled House Ways and Means Committee. Ways and Means has been trying to get their hands on these tax documents for years, and last week it appeared that, hey, those documents were going to be on their way. But Donald Trump and his legal team say not so fast. And they finally, several days after this all happened, came up with what they believe is a stellar legal argument that is totally going to prevent the release of this tax information. And their argument, of course, is this. It's the same argument they've had the whole time. This release of information, the seeking of the tax returns themselves, is not based on any legislative action. And therefore, they say, the Ways and Means Committee has absolutely no legal claim to them whatsoever. Case closed. Yeah, but see, after many years of hearing this same thing, the Democrats on the House Ways and Means Committee say, actually, we do have a legitimate legislative reason for seeking these. Here it is. They said they want the tax data to determine whether the IRS is properly auditing presidential tax returns in general and to assess whether new legislation is needed. Now, the lawyers say that this is just a pretextual rationalization, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If your argument is only that they don't have a legislative reason to do it, and they're telling you, actually we do because we need to see if the IRS needs to change the way that they audit presidential tax returns. That's a reason. You may not like the reason. The reason may be pretextual, but it's a reason. And you've been saying they don't have a reason. They're giving you a reason. You just lost your case. And by the way, me saying they just lost the case, not coming from me. It's actually coming from legal scholars who are looking at this saying, yeah, you're not going to win this one. The only hope he has, obviously, is that the highly partisan U.S. Supreme Court rules in his favor, which is a very real possibility. But please understand, in the event that that happens, that's not actually based on law. That's not because it was the legal thing to do. It's because they were protecting Donald Trump. The question is now, as it has always been, what the hell is Trump hiding? Why is he fighting this so damn hard? And I honestly believe the answer is super simple. I don't think it's criminal activity. Don't get me wrong. I think the dude is engaged in criminal activity, and that's going to be fleshed out in New York. I do believe he's engaged in criminal activity. But I don't think the tax returns would show that. I think the bigger issue he has is that the tax returns would show that he doesn't have as much money as he claims to have. That embarrassment from that, to him, is worse than criminal charges. Because he thinks he can get away with anything. He's not afraid of crime. He's afraid of embarrassment. He's afraid of hits to his ego. And that is why I am firmly convinced, and I'd love to be proven wrong, because if I'm proven wrong, then that means he's got criminal shit to hide. So, hey, either way, I win, right? But I'm firmly convinced he doesn't want him released because he's not worth nearly as much as he likes to claim. This video is sponsored by Munk Pack, who makes snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats, but with only 1 gram of sugar or less. They have a special offer for our viewers right now, 20% off, using code ROF at checkout. Now, Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars contain only 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and they're only 150 calories. They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle, and they're the perfect snack for anyone who's trying to eat better or back off the sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste. For me personally, these things have really been quite the lifesaver. See, I love my sugary snacks, but these Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars have actually helped me to curb that, eat them throughout the day, keep you going, and feel great without any of the guilt. So Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars have a perfect balance of sweet and salty, a crunch from whole nuts and seeds, but still manage to be soft and chewy. They come in delicious flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, caramel sea salt, and peanut butter dark chocolate. They're perfect for a quick snack to satisfy your sweet tooth without the guilt, and you can enjoy Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars as a quick breakfast while running errands or after a workout. And in addition to being keto friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, plant-based, and non-GMO.
No soy, no trans fat, no sugar alcohols, and no artificial colors. Try it for yourself and you'll see. And we have a special deal for our viewers. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Munk Pack product by visiting munkpack.com and entering our code ROF at checkout. And Munk Pack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. To get started, just go to munkpack.com. That's munkpack.com. Select any product and enter the code ROF at checkout to save 20% off your purchase.